everyone, I'm Katie, and today I'm going to be talking about the results of my first 5-star prediction video. So I made my first 5-star prediction video in the beginning of this year. I think it was early January, maybe late January. So I made 5 thoughts that these books would be 5 stars. So let's go ahead and see. So I actually don't really like the word prediction because we really don't know if they're going to be 5 stars. So I'll have to think of different wordings going in the future. But so we will see if these books were 5 stars or not. And I'm also going to be picking my new ones as well in this video live with all of you because I have not picked any. So we'll be doing it together. All right. So these are the books that officially made it on that list earlier this year. So we have Her Christmas Redemption by Tony Shiloh, Never Miss by Melissa Coastland, Unspoken by Angela Hunt, The Sound of Light by Sarah Sundin, and A Wish Dress by Nadine Rendez. And if I'm not mistaken, these were all 5 stars. For a first prediction video for 5 stars, and all of them are 5 stars. Now, some were closer to 4.5, but I bumped up to 5. So I'll explain as we go through. All right, so the first one, and that I think this was the first one that I read, was Her Christmas Redemption by Tony Shiloh. This one was 5 stars. Really enjoyed it. It's about a girl who has a record of having an alcohol addiction, and she's kind of on, not necessarily parole, but yeah, she kind of is in this system where her car is being monitored to make sure she doesn't go, she only goes from work to home. She's in a new town. And so it's kind of a redemption story, as the title states. So it's really cute. I definitely enjoyed the characters. And these characters also appear in her next book after this, which was Winning His Trust. So I really like that one too. But yes, this one ended up being 5 stars, and I really liked it. Even though it was a Christmas book after the Christmas season, I still really liked it. So definitely check it out. Where should I put these? I'll put it there. All right, so the next one is trying to do these by an order of when I read them. Okay, I think this one was next. So the next one was Sarah Sundin's The Sound of Light, and this one again was 5 stars. I don't think I've ever given Sarah Sundin's books less than 5 stars. I love them all. They're so amazing. I love her writing. She's such a great World War II fictional author. Even if you're tired of World War II fiction, pick up Sarah Sundin. I love her writing. So this one is about, I can't remember names, but this one's about Heinrich and Dr. Elsa. And Elsa is I know I'm going to get the name wrong, physicist. She is a physicist, and Heinrich is kind of like a secret agent who's passing messages between the two countries during World War II. And he is labeled as the merman, I believe. And so he kind of acts like kind of a big brute. He almost like he's illiterate, but he's not. He's actually a wealthy to-do man who's kind of just been, I guess, pretty much told to get out of his family and disinherited. But he decides to turn his life around and help the cause. And she is also doing the same thing by helping the resistance as well a little bit. So it's a really great story. I really love this one. It's really good. Alrighty. Next one that I read was one that, it took me forever to read, and that was Unspoken by Angela Hunt. This one started out with, I think, 4 or 4.5 stars because the main character kind of got on my nerves a few times. But when I stepped back, I kind of saw where she was coming from, and kind of seeing her character and how she felt about this gorilla. If I think about it, I probably would have reacted the same way, if I'm being honest, or at least in my thoughts, I would have acted the same. So this is about a gorilla and her caretaker Glee, and Seema is a gorilla that she took care of pretty much since birth. Her birth mother didn't want her, so she took care of her, and she's been living at her place pretty much for the gorilla's entire life. But then all of a sudden the zoo wants the gorilla back because Glee has been teaching her sign language, and they kind of want her as like a show at the zoo to get more members to join. So it's all about her cause and like her trying to not have the zoo take back the gorilla, and things happen where she ends up having to work at the zoo. And I love the ending, but be warned, this book is extremely heartbreaking, and yeah, it literally tore out my heart and threw it on the ground. So yeah, if you're ready to cry, pick up this book. But I do absolutely love it, and I think it's one of my favorite books of all time. That's what's wrong with these covers. They do leave fingerprints, at least in summer. I just saw that. But yeah, so this book tore me apart, but I absolutely love it, and it is one of my favorite books. So yeah. All right, and then the last two I actually read this past week. And so the first one was Never Miss by Melissa Coastland. This is her debut novel, and I was gonna give it 4.5, but I'm like, no, I really enjoyed it. I gave it 5 stars because it's just the pure enjoyment. It was action filled. It had a little bit of romance. It had a female sniper, which I guess apparently is like one of my favorite tropes now. But a female sniper and a male scientist, and the female sniper is Cadence, and Cadence is pretty much like the main heroine of the story, but the hero also does a little bit of saving too. So I love this book. Just pick it up. It does have biowarfare in it, and it definitely has some twists and turns that were unexpected, and it was a lot of fun. I definitely enjoyed this one. So yeah, it was great. It was fun. Definitely check it out. I also did a full review of this, so I'll link it down below in the description box. I think I've done a review actually for all those. Not sure about Unspoken, but definitely the other ones. Okay, and then the last one that I read, which I just finished about an hour ago, thankfully, because I'm doing my live very soon. So I'm actually filming this video a day before you're seeing this video. So hopefully you'll check out the live, because my last book was Wistress by Nadine Brendes, and I'm going live in an hour to talk about it. So yeah. So hopefully I did a good job on that. Let me know if I did, because it's my first kind of live book chat. Like, I've done reading sprints, but I have not done a live book chat with a friend as well. So we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so I read this, and the hype around this book did not lie. No, it did not. It did not lie. So many people that have read this absolutely loved it, and they're so right. I read my first book actually by Nadine Brendes was actually Fox, and I honestly thought that one was really slow, and I didn't really like that one. But this one, totally different direction. I absolutely loved it. I didn't want to show you right away. Those are all my tabs. Yeah. All that. Let me take off the book sleeve so you can actually see all of the tabs that I did. So, yeah. Those are all the tabs. Now, I knew I wanted to tab this book because of the live, and so I can get my thoughts in it, but I seriously did not think I was going to do that. It's like, also, check out the spine. It's rainbow foil. I love that. But anyways, yeah, so I tabbed this baby up like crazy. Like, I honestly thought I was going to run out of tabs. I did run out of tabs actually with my light blue, but thankfully I had a very, very similar light blue color to use. But anyway, so yeah, I absolutely love this book. It might be my favorite of the year. We shall see. But honestly, it's in the running. I absolutely loved it. Loved this book. So, I can't tell you too much about it because I don't want to spoil anything. And I'm also going live soon. But this is about a girl who, I don't want to spoil that either, even though it says on the front cover. But like, I didn't reread the cover, so it's kind of a surprise for me too. So tried to go into this book really without knowing anything, because it was just so much more fun that way. And that's all I'm going to say about it. Just that it was a really good fantasy. Very minimal romance, and I mean minimal. So if you're worried about like giving this to like a young teenager, don't be. It's super minimal. I think there's like 2 kisses in the book. Like, seriously, it is so minimal. And yeah, most of it is about their journey and discovering like there's a magic system between talents and veins, and it was an incredible journey. And I'm just gonna say really quick what my tabs are, because that way it'll help you if you want to read it. So, well, basically like the bright neon tabs are my notes every 100 pages, which I love that. Glad I found out that system. But then, let's see, light blue, which is like, I have a lot of light blue, let's just say that. Light blue is the magic system. So anything that was like interesting or popped up that was about the magic system, I highlighted. Orange, which I don't have too many orange, but there is a few in there. Orange is for settings. So anything that was interesting, anything that had to do with the well, which is the magic in the book, highlighted in orange. Pink is love. So as you can tell, like, I don't have much pink. I have like maybe 8 or 9 tabs in pink, and honestly, most of those tabs were either friendship or family love. So yeah, maybe 2 of those were like romance love. So yeah, definitely. Dark purple, which is like these ones. There's quite a few of those in there, not too many, but those are emotional. So anything that made me angry, anything that made me sad, anything that kind of like just gave me an emotion, made me happy, those tagged with purple. Yellow and tan, those are like the really like light yellow ones. They're kind of hard to tell on camera, but those are questions and aha moments. Like, oh, I knew that. And then dark blue, which are these like darker blue ones. I actually have a lot of those, especially closer to the end of the book. Like, I have a lot of dark blue. That is for Christian symbolism. And I went into this book not thinking that there was going to be. I actually added that in later. There is so much Christian symbolism in this book, but it's done in a way where, like, if you weren't a Christian, you really wouldn't know. But if you really do know your Bible and know things, there is so much Christian symbolism in this book that, like, I absolutely love. So, like, if you want a whole video of me talking about wish dress and all the symbolism that's in here, I would do it. Let me know down in the comments. So anyway, so those are my 5-star reads. I'm going to put my little thing here. I had to bring this book back downstairs. So I was going to say remind me, but by this point, you won't see me. All right. Actually, by this point, the book will probably be back upstairs, but all right. So then it's back. So yeah, this is probably my favorite book out of all of them, but Unspoken is definitely up there too. All right. So let's pick our 5-star reads. So yeah, I decided to just go ahead and pick books on camera since I'm here. So the first set that I want to, because I've heard so many good things about this author, and she's right there on my bookshelf, right there. But I've heard so many things about this author that I just really want to read her books. So our first choice for, my first choice for, do I think these books will be 5 stars? Let us go with that title. All right, so the first one is these books. So these are the Misty River romance series by Becky Wade, and I have heard nothing but good things about Becky Wade. So I'm like, okay, what's the big deal? I have to read these. So I think actually all these were gifts, which is so amazing and so sweet. So I don't know if these are all by the same people or not. I'd like to say thank you. Caitlin from Chronicles of a Book Nerd. She sent me Let It Be Me. I thought somebody sent me this one, but I can never find the little notes. I need to put them in like a little, but I know these were all gifts. She probably actually could have sent me both of these and I just didn't know it. Oh wait, I found it. Why did I put like the gift tickets like way in the middle of the book? It is like so random, and like I'll never be able to find those again. I just lost it again too. Oh wait, I saw it. Come back. I'm like scrolling through these. Okay, this is from Taylor from Tales and Treats with Tay. So she sent me this one, and I think she's, because I can't find the other gift receipt, but I think she sent me both of those. So it's kind of funny that like you have book receipts and then you lose them like in the middle of the book. Ooh, I found it. That surprised me actually. There it is. Oh, and this one was from Amanda. So yeah, they were all from 3 different people who apparently really, really, really want me to read these books. So I will link all their channels down below because these are all my lovely Booktube friends. So yeah. So no subscribers. Well, I mean, they are subscribed, but they're my Booktube friends too. But yeah, so each one of my Booktube friends really want me to read this series. So it's happening. I think this honestly is a summer. I feel like summer. I feel like these covers are summer. What do you think? Summer? Maybe? I feel like these are summer. So this is my first 5-star, hoping it's 5-star series. I'm just going to go with the whole series. That's 5 stars. Even if one book is 5 stars, we're going to count that as yay. Okay. So those are them. Let's see. What else? I'm trying to think of like, not necessarily like, yeah, what am I in the mood for, but like, I've heard really good things about this author too. And I know that my friend, Chantel, yes, it was Chantel, loves this author. So, and I have good feelings because I love like really good, suspenseful, gripping books. So we're going to read Collusion of Lies by Tom Threadgill. So I also didn't see what these are about, but I kind of don't want to go into them not knowing anything. I mean, they're contemporary romance, so we'll see if we like them. So this one is, let's see, it says 3 years ago, a collision between a fast-moving freight train and a school bus full of kids led to devastation and grief on an unimaginable scale. But a fresh clue leads San Antonio police detective Amara Alvarez to the unlikely conclusion that one of the children may still be alive. If she's correct, everything law enforcement believes about the accident is a lie. So it sounds incredible, and I think I'm going to love it. I knew it had to do with like some kind of bus collusion or whatever, so like I'm really excited to read this. I think it's going to be amazing. So that's my second one. Okay, sorry for a really bad angle, but I had to turn my body around, and I'm not going to turn back around because I still want to find another book maybe. So this is the next one that I want to read. This is one that my mom picked for me. I think this is the one. No, my mom picked the other. Did she? I can't remember now. She picked this one or another one for me. But I was at that big Barnes & Noble half-off sale that they had last year for half-off hardcovers. And so I'm not a huge fiction fan. Historical fiction's okay, but like I prefer to read them beforehand before I buy them, especially when they're not Christian fiction. But I'm okay with middle grade for the most part. So this one is Daughter of the White Rose, and I just love this cover. So I think my mom either picked this one or the other one. I think she might have picked the other one. But this one is April 1483. That's actually quite a long time ago. Westminster, England, the king is dead. Long live the king. 12-year-old Nell is the daughter of a butcher in the king's kitchens. She is also best friends with Prince Edward, heir to the throne of England. Raised together with Edward in the closed world of Westminster Palace, Nell has lived the life of a princess. Sparkling feasts, dazzling dances, long summer days spent practicing archery. Nell and Ned are perfectly matched, whip-smart, curious, and unconventional. When they're old enough, they'll ride across all of England together, maybe even farther. So, we'll see. Okay, so definitely this one. I think this one's going to be 5 stars. And yeah, so good choice. All right, what's next? I know there was one other one in my middle grade, but I think I'm going to... Okay, this is one that is super hyped. I know people want me to read it, so it's happening. It's another series, so this video might not come out until like after summer's done, but we'll see. So I only have the first book, but it is If I Run by Terry Blackstock. So this series is super hyped. I think this one is another gifted one. We're going through gifted books, which I think is actually a good goal because I want to get to books that people actually gift me. I do some, but I need to do more. Oh, this one also was from Caitlin over at Chronicles of a Book Nerd. So this one must have come with the other one probably. But so yeah, so this one is If I Run, first in the series. It's the only one that I own so far, but I have heard nothing but good things. Like this is like Terry Blackstock's like one of her most famous book series that she's ever written. So I think this is the first book. I just want to make sure it's the first book. So like I'm scared that I might do spoilers for myself. No, I'm pretty sure it is. Okay. Okay, so yeah, first one. I'm really excited. So it says, oh, I don't know. I don't want to know anything about this one. I was gonna say what's in the back, but honestly, like I just feel like every time somebody pops up with a review video, like I skip over it because I want to know nothing. I'm sorry, I don't want to know nothing about this one. Like I feel like this is more for like suspense books. Like I just really don't want to know. I really just want to go into this not knowing anything. And I've heard people say you need the other 2 books like right after, so this will be a bingeable series, I'm sure. So, I'm wondering if I should just leave it at that. Because I have like 2 series plus that one. Maybe I'll do one more because I feel like 3 books aren't enough. I don't know. Let's see. What else do I have? I was going to say I could do another series. I have a feeling that one's 5 stars, but I don't know. What am I in the mood for? Okay, last one that I'm going to put on my list for this video is this one, The Reluctant Rival, Leias Story by Misty Andrews. I have pretty much given all Misty Andrews books 4+ stars. So yeah, we're putting this one on the list and hoping it's a 5-star. So this one was actually made for Guidepost. It is part of the Ordinary Woman of the Bible, and this is Leia's story. So Rachel and Leah, who were married to Jacob, Jacob. If you don't know the biblical story, Jacob wants to marry Rachel, and so he works for her father in his fields and stuff for 7 years to get Rachel as his wife. But her father ends up giving him Leah as his wife, and he doesn't know until the morning after. And so the father pretty much says, hey, I can't give you the youngest daughter first. The oldest daughter during those times was usually the first to be married. So he's like, if you work another 7 years, I'll give you Rachel too. So I'm guessing this one's going to be all about Leia and how, she just kind of feels like not necessarily really loved by her husband. She could have been after years later, but I just feel like, in the beginning, she probably felt like, I don't even want to be married to this man. He doesn't love me. He wants nothing to do with me. So I think this is going to be a good book. I definitely know I want to get this read before next month. Or by next month. So this one will be an easy one to get to. The other ones probably won't get to till summer. But yeah, so let's go ahead and show those up. So these are the ones, minus the other 2 that I had on my list. So these are all the ones minus the 2 from the If I Run series. So these are the ones that I'm going to be thinking these are going to be 5 stars. So we'll see how they go. I don't I'm not gonna just because the other ones are 5 stars, these might not be. I didn't influence myself to give them 5 stars because I wanted them to be 5 stars. Some of them, I told you, were closer to 4.5, but I did bump it up to 5. So yeah, so these ones, all these ones, I think are gonna be 5 stars. So hopefully we'll see. We'll see what happens with all these. All right, so I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you all in the next video.